So can you still buy a running and driving $500 car in 2023? So for those of you with a very short attention span who don't want to watch a whole video, kinda. There's your short answer, kinda. For those who are going to stick around, yes and no. Say I am slightly out of my element here, especially towing. Thank God we're at the top of the hill, because the Titan does not like pulling trailers uphill. She's hot. Man, everybody's pulling trailers today. That guy's pulling a trailer. I am. The guy behind me is pulling a trailer. Alright, so obviously it's running. I want to see how it runs down the street, and then we'll explain what I did. So, it actually shifts really good. The trans is in pretty good shape. So here's what I did. I changed all the spark plugs, because usually people don't do that, and I thought that might be it. It didn't make a change. Unplugged the MAF, didn't change. Unplugged the throttle body, didn't change. So, I was poking around with the intake. The air filter was absolutely destroyed. I changed this intake. This is off the wrecked Altima Coupe, because the rubber between the air filter, the MAF, and the throttle body was really torn. And I was like, well, that's a giant vacuum leak. Maybe that's the issue. And as soon as I bolted this on, it fired right up, and it idled perfectly fine. So literally, I mean, even with the performance intake, it was $250 to fix it. But like, that was like a $20 fix. Oh, check the oil. Look at that. It's like black coffee. Shit has never changed. Guarantee that. So, one of the other things that was wrong with this car is, if you see the paint right here, this is Bondo. Obviously it had a dent here at one point, which I gotta take all this off anyway to fix it. So there's a nice big dent here. I mean, they fixed it all right, but obviously not great if all the Bondo came off. This needs addressed. So I got a little off for that, because bad paint isn't a reason to not drive a car. We could ignore that, but exposed metal, that's an issue. Alright, I'm going to give this thing a wash, because it's absolutely filthy, and working on it, it gets me filthy too. Just look at this. So the previous owner of this thing said it was parked on the side of the street where it had died for 2 weeks, although the inspection's been out for 2 years. Maybe that's why This sticker is here, and I'll tell you what, I have been absolutely dying to scrape this sticker off. Oh, already feels a little stupid. This car also came with a replacement mirror, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. It's already painted black, so it's going to match fine. This thing completely destroyed. I'm going to have to go find some M6 nuts. Actually, I know where I have a bunch, but these have studs like they're supposed to. I thought it was weird. There was like metal screws holding the mirror in. Clearly, it hasn't been the first time that thing was punched off the door. This window gets stuck going up, so I'm trying to remove the door panel to check the window track, and I think there's a towel jammed in here for some reason. Just checked one of these pockets. Wonder what this was used for. Alright, there was that towel that was in the door panel. That's where the trash is now. Let's see how much is in there when I get done cleaning all this out. You may notice I have gloves on now. I used to not wear gloves as I cleaned out new cars, but you know what? Sometimes people are gross. Well, I can tell you this dude used to do drywall. Tons of drywall tools in here. So half full 55-gallon trash bag. It's nice and heavy now, but just needs vacuumed and just overall sanitized. I have a feeling the AC probably doesn't hold a charge, judging by the amount of Freon that's in here. So that wiper's pretty much toast. This one is absolutely toast. I mean, it just doesn't even have a support on it anymore, and there's nothing here. But luckily, again, there's another part that needed replaced in the car. So like, woo, don't need to do with that. Let's put the wiper on. Ta-da. Maybe it's too big or something. It looks like it was slightly used. I don't know. As we got it, freshly wet backed. So I did my spec seats a little bit earlier this morning. They're almost completely dry. These things are nice and clean again, and we'll begin drying. I think we got a rainstorm in a couple hours, but for now we got some nice blue skies with some direct sunlight. So exactly what I wanted. Let's get a shot of this water and see what comes out of the vacuum. Ew, that was in the seats. I'm too lazy to go get the keys to show you, but at this point in time, you can see the interior is out. I'm getting ready to pull the dash to flock it because it's freaking gross. Look at that. Gross. But that's Altima Coupe things. Mine does the same thing. It's definitely got some messed up wheels. I mean, they're not terrible. Like, that one's okay, but the tires are basically shot. It's had some body work done in the past that has since failed. I don't know how long ago this was done, but by the way, this thing has been out here bare. I don't even know how long it was by the previous owner, but it's been sitting outside for easily a month here now. I know it takes me forever to make videos. Bare steel like that, and that rust was already there. I don't know how it's not continuing to rust. These two tires are basically flat. They keep losing air. You can see the wheels are nice and messed up. The interior was gross. We're going to cover that. The paint's kind of failing, but oh, also they Bondoed a plastic bumper. What is up with this car and Bondo? I don't understand. So essentially, if you have the ability to diagnose stuff and take your time, and also if you're a hoarder like me who keeps every car part that's still somewhat usable, I guess technically you can still buy a $500 car in 2023, because now I mean, you could drive it like this. It would pass inspection. It's got a little bit of rust on the bottom that we're going to get into later, but I mean, technically, it might not be super nice, but yeah, you could buy a $500 car in 2023. Also, this thing being a stick shift, super bonus for 500 bucks. So if you like what you see here, stick around. We're going to tear into this thing and actually try to make a nice daily out of this thing. It's not going to be in $500 car condition for very much longer, unless I do what I normally do and take 7,000 years to make this video. Then it might, then for you guys it might be, but for us it's not going to be like this much longer. Stay tuned if you like seeing manual Altima coupes get fixed up like they deserve to be. They deserve to be. So stay tuned to see this thing get fixed up. It's already underway, as you clearly saw by the interior being stripped out. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. That's the interior for it, by the way. I don't know why I didn't say that first, and I'm not fixing it. It's going to be in this take.